Cool. Well, we'll get started. I will demo kind of what we're going to be doing tonight. So this is one version. This is the parachute version of the Gray Atoms. Super classic dry fly. That it's a really great like mayfly imitation, adult done imitation, and a lot of people use it all over the place. So I thought this would be a good place to start, kind of as a first dry fly to learn. It's a really great base for a lot of different variants to it that cover a lot of different kinds of bugs. So let me actually grab the other one so I can show you guys. There's the parachute. Or the Catskills style, like the traditional classic style. And we'll try and cover both tonight, but we'll see kind of how time, um, you know. Cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. You got your thread through, Daniel. I'm gonna tie this on a size 10, um, just to give us a good look at everything. you know, Trying to make videos with a size 22, just, the first go probably isn't the best option.
Yeah, at the moment 12 is the biggest hook that I have right now, so that's what I'm gonna be working with. But
That's a great place to start.
yeah,
Got fans here.
nice.
Have How many viewers do we have, Daniel?
How many what?
How many viewers do we have?
12.
Well, okay, cool. Yeah, good to get started. Um, so to Let's start by covering how to put our thread on the hook. Okay, so you're gonna want about probably 2 to 3 inches of thread to work with, like
Okay.
outside your bobbin. So this is right. This is called a bobbin. And I'm just gonna cover everything just for those that are watching, those that don't know how to tie at all, don't know anything about fly tying. I'm just gonna try and cover it as well as I can, just for our viewers as well. So if I say something and you already know it, I don't mean to assume that you don't know what I'm talking about. It's just trying to cover everything for everyone watching as well. So starting with this tool as a bobbin, is just hold your thread. It's free spooling. As you pull and put tension on that spool, right, it'll unravel. Um, Spool are good. Just tip to know about a lot of these standard, just wire tensioned, um, you know, um, kind of bobbins. There's newer bobbins now that have like bearings and stuff in them, and they're like super smooth, and you can do, they got like little twisties on them where you can like tighten it up and stuff, and all fancy and everything. So, those are cool and really useful, but also really expensive. So, and not necessary. But a way that you can either make this more loose, if you're using really thin thread, really light thread, and you put too much tension on it, it'll snap, it'll break. And that's the last thing you want in the middle of a fly that you've been working potentially 10 to 15 minutes on. If you're when I first started, I know some of my flies took forever, and like 20 minutes in it snaps and you're about to finish the fly and it just all falls apart. Man, there's nothing worse. Your heart just drops.
Like, what do you do after that? Is it just like,
We can cover that. I mean, I can snap my
right?
I can kind of show you um, some kind of what you can try to do, right, to recover. Uh,
Uh,
do that. That's actually a really, really great question. But let me show you kind of how to adjust the tension, so that you can avoid that in the future as well. So with these, right, the tension comes from this part right here. So in order to loosen it, you can actually just put some.
Can you lower it a little bit? Can see what's happening. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Right here. Um, Really, you can put some good pressure on it. They're very strong. Um,
Okay.
that
That's
will
well. Yep.
tighten it so that it's a lot looser.
Mm.
So now it's very, very loose. In fact, if I put it on here, it's kind of falling. The thread is it's kind of going down. It's so loose.
Right.
Um, the weight of the bobbin itself is pulling thread out. Really good trick. And if you want to tighten it, you cross them right here,
Okay.
and it's way smaller. That just shut like an inch.
Right.
So I'm gonna open it up a little more than that, but no, if your thread's breaking and stuff, adjust the tension on your bobbin, and it should help you kind of, um, kind of fix that problem.
Good to know.
I start, like I said, with like 3 inches ish of thread out of the tip, and um, we're gonna just go ahead and put our right. Everything is gonna go away from us. So I know right now everything's going towards the camera, but it's going away from my body. So we're going to wrap over the hook here.
Okay.
And you see that first that,
Yep.
that motion, and then go at a 45 back towards the back bend. Let me cover this as well. So the anatomy of a hook, right? The components to a hook: the eye, the shank, which is the straight part, the bend, which is where it starts to curve, which is usually if you have a barbed hook, it's usually where the barb of the hook aligns with the shank on the top end. That is a very standard measurement for where that bend starts.
Mm.
And then obviously the tip of the hook, right? But you have your kind of just 4 components: your eye, your shank, your bend, tip. Um, so we're going to, and that's just terminology good to know as I give you directional, right, instruction on kind of which way to align things or wrap. So we're gonna go around, and you're gonna go at a 45 towards the bend of the hook, and you're gonna do 3 or 4 wraps like that, and that's going to capture this tag piece. It's going to capture it right in those wraps, and that's what's going to lock down your thread. That's what's going to allow it to stay on your hook instead of slipping off.
45, right?
Let me come around so I can see the screen. Let's see what you're doing.
Oh, you okay? Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can't see what I'm doing.
Oh, a tip as well is to keep so the tip of you see the pink part of your bobbin,
Uh-huh.
right? So
Yeah.
keep that within an inch or two at best. Really, an is going to give you more accuracy.
Okay.
And oh, I see. Okay, so your let's talk about position of your vise.
Yep.
So you're trying to are you're left-handed?
Right-handed.
You're right-handed.
Am I supposed to turn it around?
So hold your bobbin in your right hand,
Uh-huh.
okay? And your vise, the hook, the eye of your hook
Right.
should towards your right hand.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
There you go.
Okay. That
Yeah,
yeah, that felt wrong.
right. sure. Sorry, and it's totally my bad because I can't.
It's all good.
So we're just gonna yeah. I'm gonna do a little bit you know both. I'm gonna be sitting down and showing, and then I'll come back around and see what you're.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome. So it's locked in. Great
Yep.
job. Really awesome.
Oh, that was rough.
Easy fix. Easy fix.
Sure, sure, sure. So how far? Okay, so you're not that far. You're not even like the midpoint of the hook.
Oh yeah, yeah. Usually, yeah, it really doesn't matter where on the fly you start, or where on the hook you start your thread. It really doesn't. Once you get it on there, everyone tends to start at the eye, but
Uh,
not a necessity. Don't worry about being super precise. Just
okay.
get start because once it's on there, you can do what you want with it. I can go to the eye, I can go to the bend,
Hmm.
do what I want with it. But if it's not on there, you
Cool,
know,
cool.
go anywhere. So now we can take our scissors and just cut off that tag, that loose piece.
Yep.
Um, once you once you've got it cut off,
Hmm.
uh, we're going to wrap towards the bend, right, toward that back, towards the hook. Now, I believe, are you using the hooks I sent you, the Daiichi, the 1110s?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So those are barbed. So so see this part where the thread is hanging?
Uh-huh.
So you want your thread to hang right where that barb is. And that was what I was talking about earlier about kind of the anatomy of the hook. That is where the bend starts. So if your thread is hanging where the barb is, then you're right at the very last part of that straightaway, right, of that straight shank.
Okay.
Uh, and if you continue to wrap, what's going to happen is when you put your tail in, it's going to be bending down the shank, down the bend of the hook, right? Which in this case we don't want. We want a straight fly, right? So we want our tail to point straight off of the back. So that's why we're stopping at that point.
Okay.
So you want to come around and see kind of where you're at as far as being lined up. Okay, so your hook seems to have fallen,
Yeah.
right? So that is so your vise has a clamp. Okay, I'm gonna move this over my camera. Okay, so your vise and my vise are a little different.
Right.
Okay, but if you can imagine this arm, actually no, you know what? My clamping part is here. So your clamping part is on the back, is on
Right.
right here. That's where yours is. And the tighter you squeeze it, right, um the tighter it'll hold your hook.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We good now.
Good, good, good. It's a trial and error thing. This is great. You're doing
Y'all. This is a brand new vibe and everything. Wow. Okay. You still there? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
but yeah, I can hear you. Okay, sorry. It said paused for
Okay.
connection, so just thought I'd check.
Okay.
Your thread came out of the bobbin.
Yeah, I did.
That's all right. No problem. I'm
Sorry
s-
about all this difficulty.
That's all right. No major rush. No rush. And if we need to restart the video, I mean restart it at the end of the hour, that's no problem at all. We got all the time in the world.
Trying to get this through the bobber or
Hey
the
everyone,
thingy.
and thanks for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it, and it's kind of first live feed video that we're doing on Xicanx Fly. So welcome and thank you for joining in and being a part of this. It means a lot, and we're trying to tackle the task um, of the gray atoms tying a dry fly. Great classic and standard. Covers a lot of mayfly done um, type of scenarios, and tied in different colors and can cover a lot of different kinds of bugs. Um, and in different sizes, and you can do the same thing. So um, I grew up in Michigan. Uh, there's drier dye culture up there, so I didn't really have too much of a choice when I started, but to learn how to tie dries and fish dries, and it's really all I did. And when I came to the driftless, um, especially in Iowa, our hatches aren't really great here in Iowa, so I do a lot of nymphing and streamer fishing predominantly. But it feels great to be back with some hackle in my hand uh, and be teaching some of this stuff again, which is really cool. I'm glad Daniel's with us. You is it? Are you trying to get it through it?
Yeah, man, this is so painful.
It's
Yeah, I don't know how I did it the first time. It's like not coming out at all.
okay.
Said I might have a tool for this, yeah?
Yeah. So the tool is going to look like probably so it's going to be looks like this, but the wire is going to connect all the way out. It's going to be a really thin wire. It's not going to have hooks like this. I don't have the tool, so it's hard for me to show you exactly what it looks like, but it's going to have a little handle, and it's going to be a really thin wire that does like an infinity sign. It's going to do like a figure eight.
Like this. Wait, yeah,
That
yeah.
one. That one. All right, go ahead and put it through the. Here, I'm gonna sit down so I can kind of show you here. So the right, if you look the tool, right, if you hold the tool in your hand,
Yep.
there's the handle part and then the wire part. Oh, here, I'll take this out. So go ahead and put the wire part in in into the hole of the bobbin, right?
To the whole about. Okay.
Wire into it and push it all the way down to where it's down by your thread. Let me know when you got that. I can't see you.
Okay, and
Okay, and so now take the tip of your thread and put the hole of like between the two wire pieces there. Tight enough through so that you have enough to be able to pull it through. Make sure you got a good amount of thread out of your bobbin to be able to work with,
right.
and then pull it through the tip, pull it back out, and it should bring the thread with it when you pull the wire out.
Yep. Okay. We good. In now. Yep.
Yay!
Good.
Yeah.
Dave.
Hey, little victories. Got to take them.
All right.
Yes. Trying to get that oh, that 3 inch portion out of the tip. Um, and I can unwind and restart with you.
Are you
Like,
sure, dude? Oh man, I
oh,
feel bad.
I I tie so many flies. Like it is process is uh, doing it. I do it over and over and over just for fun. So to do it again is not a big deal. Where are you at in the?
Dude, I'm really struggling with this, man.
It's all right.
You may have to go.
It's all right.
I just like it just came off again. I'm just like, oh, what am I doing wrong here?
So what might be happening is that you don't have enough thread out of the tip of it, and
Yeah,
the weight of the thread is falling back through the bottom.
is that so?
If that you like if you don't have a lot like of thread, I don't know if you can see the screen. Like if you don't have enough out of the tip of it, it
Uh,
fall like back down the neck of it.
okay.
Go ahead and and go ahead and make sure you have your bob. Do you have the thread locked into the bobbin? I see you don't have the thread on the bobbin.
Oh, should I have that in the bobbin?
Have it on the bobbin
Okay.
to start out.
No, I'm like still trying to like the thread just fell off again, so I'm like trying to put it in
Yeah,
again.
put the thread on the bobbin.
Uh-huh.
Um, like like that, like you had it before. Um,
Yeah.
no, and so that you can just put in, yeah, lock it in, and yeah, exactly. Now go ahead and do the tool thing again. You should be good to go. I didn't realize that your hands were off screen, so I couldn't see it, but it's all good. No problem. This is seriously it's part of the process, and you got to trust the process because
So, okay, just shove the thread in there as much as I can. Put your mouth in the bobbin and suck it through. Okay. All right, I'll try that. Just use my mouth to suck it.
that,
Did that? Oh, I don't think so.
that one's a tougher one. The tool one's a little more um, pliable, that both work.
Yeah, it won't work, Colin. Dude, the struggle is real.
Tool, the wire tool.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that wire tool thing another shot again. So, where did I have to put the thread again with this wire tool? Can you see this?
Yeah. Hold the wire tool. Yeah, close. So see you got the tip, right, where it kind of joins, right? The very tip.
Yeah,
Put the wire through the big hole. Yeah, that hole. Yep.
this hole.
Yep. But don't do that yet. Put the tip of that wire tool through the hole, through the tip of the bobbin. See by
Right here. Okay.
yes, that's it. Push it all the way through.
Okay, I see.
Yes. Now put the thread through that hole.
I see. Okay.
Yep. Now pull the tool out.
All right, got it.
Hey, yes, that's
Wow.
it.
Wow, guys.
That's sweet. Yes, nice job, man.
All
uh,
Dude, and we have not put anything on the hook yet. All right, I'm gonna make you proud.
we got daylight outside. We're all right.
Cool. All right. So we're gonna, yep, try to skin 45.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do this with you, and you can watch as well if you need guidance.
Oh.
All right. Make sure keep your tip of your bobbin within an inch.
Mm-hmm. Got it. And then I'm gonna snip this.
Yeah. So you got it already. Awesome. Yeah. Snip that tag.
Cool.
Awesome. And
Yep.
then right, and then again. So and if your see how the tip of my bobbin got away from my hook shank.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do, and I'll show you with a different bobbin, so I don't, because it's out of focus. So you can twist this on the spool and
Okay.
tighten it up, right? So I'm really right now, and I can twist my spool.
Mm-hmm.
I can twist it to, turn it to get my tip closer, right? To spool up more of that thread so that there isn't so much out of the tip. And keeping it close is really important and really, really crucial to accuracy. That's fantastic. Your
Cool.
job. That's really perfect distancing.
Okay.
So yeah, and just tie it all the way to the
Okay.
back bend, and I'm just gonna recover kind of what I was saying before about the segments of the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Got your eye, your shank, your bend, and your tip. And the shank starts to bend, or the bend starts, right? That boundary is um, is separated by where that in line with where that barb is. Or
Barbed. Okay, I see. Yep.
your thread should be hanging in line with that barb.
Gotcha. You
And
know
that's
what? Yeah, like maybe I'm not using the hook you gave me. I don't have the
barb.
right,
That's
but
that
I'll,
looks that looks good to me. That
I'll
looks good.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks great. Yeah, I see it. Yep. So, all right, awesome. We're gonna move on to the tail, okay? And the way, pretty much like 90% of tying, like your flies you'll tie, whether it's streamers, dry flies, nymphs, whatever, for the most part, never say never, right? But for the most part, they're almost always gonna start at the tail,
Uh-huh.
the head. Um, So we're gonna do that. We're gonna start with a tail. I don't. So do you have different? What does your feather situation look like?
So Daddy hooked me up with some like lots of feathers actually.
Yeah.
So I got this guy. Are
Yeah.
you are you looking at my screen? And this guy.
Sweet. Those look awesome. So, and I'm just so we have similar. They're just pieces, right? Like with
Mm-hmm.
stuff, right? So for the tail, you want to grab a bigger feather, right? So see how this is really wide.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, we're gonna grab one of those if you can find, and they're gonna be in the back. So these small ones are um, are what we're gonna use for the the wings, right, of the fly. But in the back here, right towards the rear, where we have bigger feathers, and
Uh-huh.
so it's not that the fibers are any different, but they're a little longer and just a lot easier to work with. Um,
So
uh,
you grab the back one or in the which feather did you pick out again?
both of them. You're gonna do one of each. So
Okay.
this turn uses both grizzly, right, white one, and it uses brown. and it uses them simultaneously. They're
Okay.
time. You're gonna every time you wrap hackle, it's not one or the other, it's both.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So what we're gonna do go ahead and pick out your feathers first, and I'll move on to the next step. Cool. Are you okay?
Yep.
Feathers? Awesome. Yes, nice. Good looking.
Cool.
So what we're gonna do now is we're going to take some so when we're gonna what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull these fibers off of the stem. So let's go over the terminology of a feather, right? So
Mm.
you have your fibers, right? Your quills per se, right? Like your little right, the little parts,
Yep.
stem, right, down the center. So what we're gonna end up doing is pulling these off of the stem, okay?
Okay.
Because we're gonna use these for the tail. They're gonna go on the hook. Okay, so what we want is we're actually going to line these up,
Line these up. Okay.
line the stems up, layer them right over each other.
Huh?
And I'm gonna do this. Let me do it first. So watch me do it, and
Yep.
then try. Okay. So I'm gonna grab both. Then pull off. Let's see, I pulled off like an inch or so
Okay.
from both of them. So you gotta hold them really tight. Kind of lined up ish already. Watch you do it.
Okay. 1 second.
Okay.
So line these up.
Yep. And
You
huh.
pluck them like
Yep. So grab a portion, like an inch ish of portion to
uh,
get.
that. Is that does that look all right?
Yep. And then pull towards the bottom of the stem. That's the direction you want to pull in.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice job.
That was real small. Okay.
Yeah. So now you have, see the tips here, right? So now you have the butts. The butts of the fibers are sticking out of your fingers right now.
Huh?
Go ahead and transfer them to your left hand.
They're already my left hand.
Or
Yeah.
transfer them to your right hand.
Uh, no. So hold on. So am I okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Yeah, you just have to transfer them because you have to expose. Yeah, there you go. Nice
Cool.
job. Yep. Do you want to expose those tips? Awesome. So now that so they're in your left hand.
Uh-huh.
Because you need your right hand, you're always gonna hold your materials in your left hand because you're gonna use your right hand,
Yeah.
right? So what we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and wrap back actually a few to and line your thread up with where the tip of the hook is.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Yep. Okay.
Okay. So now, and you're holding your materials in your left,
Yep.
so the tips, and kind of just make sure that they're kind of lined up, just good enough, you know.
Yep.
Now transfer it to your right hand again, so we have to measure it. Go ahead and do that.
Okay.
You're there in your right hand?
They're in my right hand now. Yep.
Yep. So we want to measure. Usually, the standard for a tail is the length of the shank of the hook, but I'm gonna teach you a little different. I'm gonna say half of the
Okay.
one full shank length is way too long for this pattern. So just do half. So you want it to measure about halfway,
Uh-huh.
like kind of like that. And then you're gonna transfer it to your left and hold the tips in your fingers.
Okay.
Okay? Are you good?
Yep.
So you're gonna put your see this little V, right, or like little wedge that's created by your index and your thumb.
Uh-huh.
Wedge right there.
Yep.
Put that wedge on the bend, right? Line up that wedge with
Uh-huh.
that part right there. Is
Okay.
that
Okay.
okay? And now you're going to wrap your thread around your feathers and do it a lot of times, several times, like
One second. Okay.
around. Yeah. So just hold it down, yep, and put it just wrap it around like 5 to 10 times.
Oh, mine is not. I guess it's not.
So
now, now I'm thinking, did I pull enough plucks? Because they're not sticking out like yours are.
that's okay. So hold your fingers further to the back bend. So further to the back, towards the bend. Yeah, more to the back.
Huh?
Little more to the back.
More to the back?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So and bring your thread
Huh?
uh towards the back. There. Yeah. Wrap your. There you go. So you can capture as many as possible.
Okay.
Yep. There you go. Nice. Yes. Nice job.
Okay.
There you go.
I mean, mine looks pretty messy, but
That's okay. As long
start, I guess.
as
Okay.
the tail there. Cool. So we're going to let me wrap to the back here. So a little bit. I have my clump is a little bigger than yours, but you're just gonna cut it off.
I mean, I don't have much really.
That's okay.
Okay.
Other don't have a lot. Instead of cutting it, you can also just cover it with thread. So
Okay.
just I have a little white piece there.
Yeah.
I could just come up and cover that.
Yeah.
Pick
Okay.
it up. You can do that too.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to take this is where you're gonna grab what I sent you is this gray dubbing, the rabbit dubbing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Thread. So make sure your thread is all the way to the back.
Yep.
The last that wherever your last thread wrap is on on the back of the fly, that's where you want your thread right now.
Okay. Yeah, I need to go back further a bit. Okay, cool.
Cool.
All right.
So you're gonna grab a portion. I mean, it's not even a clump. It's literally like put some fuzzies. Just fuzzies. You don't.
Okay. Dude, that might be a much. Okay.
There's a saying in tying that's less is more.
Uh-huh.
This is one of the first places you're gonna. Well, this is the first place you're gonna encounter that to be true.
Okay.
This technique, it's the material is called dubbing, and the technique is also called dubbing. So you're gonna put the dub in your right hand.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see how much you have before you start.
Is that too much?
That is a little bit too much, but that's okay. I can show you. I can show you how to regulate it a little better.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
So the way you want it fluffy though. Make sure don't roll it up or just make sure it's fluffy. Okay.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put you have it in your right hand.
Yeah.
Put the fuzzies on the thread. Just hold it. Right. Remember I talked about that wedge, right? Your index and thumb finger wedge.
Yeah.
Put that wedge right on the thread.
Okay.
Okay, and you're gonna take your left hand and do you see the fuzzies sticking out of the top of my fingers?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab those fuzzies with my in between my left index and thumb.
Huh.
Press down and twist. Press down and twist. Press and twist. And it's a one and done. Twist. Press and twist. One. Press and twist. One. It's not back and forth. Sometimes people will go try to do this back and forth.
Huh.
The reason that's not right or not a good idea is because that will bind it and unbind it, right? Only want to bind one direction.
Okay.
Kind of fast and hard. That yeah, that looks awesome, man.
Cool. Awesome.
That it is not an easy technique. It really
Thing right tonight.
yes. Cool. So with what you have, we're not gonna add any more right now. With what you have, let's just go ahead and wind it around the hook, okay?
Around the hook. Okay.
Going to build the body, okay?
Okay.
So make progress. Try to make progress with every wrap.
Okay.
Sorry, I got a train coming. I live right by train, literally 15, like 10 yards from my window are the railroad tracks.
Oh, hardly hear it, man.
It's coming. It's not here yet. I'm just giving you a heads.
Oh, yeah, you're giving us a warning.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. It's gone now.
Yeah, it's passing now. Now it's just the cargo carts coming by. Went by with the honking. So nice job, great job wrapping and stuff. Yeah. So you're
Okay.
close to the head already. So you're good to go. I gotta wrap a little more.
Oh, you do? Okay. Oh, okay.
I have a bigger hook, so
Am I cover the whole shank or what?
not the whole shank. You're
Okay.
gonna third. So 2/3 of your body.
Oh, so okay.
Yep. And then the other third is gonna be hackle.
Okay.
Karina and Keone came back from their walk. I have a little bit bigger hook, so I left about a third.
Mm. Oh yeah, you have a bigger hook. That's right.
Back a little bit here. Okay, cool. So let's go back to our feathers.
Okay.
You're gonna want to find a feather that. So way you can size your feathers, right? Is you can grab one, right? Don't have to pull it off, but you can just grab one
Okay.
and put it on your. Just splay it out. Have the fibers splay out on your hook, and you can see kind of how far. See how long they are, right? And you can it'll help you match, right, the size. So the smaller the feather is, right? Here's a micro one, tiny one, right? See how tiny those fibers are splaying out? They're really
Or you just kind of like wrapping it, or how are you doing that?
Yeah, we're not attaching anything right now. This is just for sizing.
I see.
Is a preparatory step.
Okay.
Hey, buddy. Um, and so yeah, you're it's just a tip, kind of a side technique,
Gotcha. Okay.
so that you can match. Because when you have a bunch of feathers, it's like, well, dang, which one do I choose? You know.
Mm.
And in some cases, it doesn't matter. In this case, it matters. um,
Cool. Okay.
so try to just find one, and the I guess the measurement that I kind of use is that the fibers are half or less, like half to a quarter, between a half and a quarter long. So see how when I open up the little fiber pieces, see how they're about a half of my shank,
Half your shank. I see. Okay.
right? So when I open that up, and that's just I don't know, I just made up that measurement right now. Don't quote me on it.
All right.
So grab one that's like that on your grizzly, and then grab one that's the same on your brown. You want them both to be the same size. Do you have your feathers?
I'm still picking, man. This is like I'm so indecisive, man. Like, so the fiber needs to be length of. Okay, I think this is.
A little long. Try to go a little smaller. Do you have any single fibers that are smaller?
Smaller than the hook? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like thick, like so. So we have right the full length of the right this way is length. This is width, right? That is
Right?
so you want smaller width.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I found my feather. Okay. Cool.
Cool. Okay, yeah, just go ahead and choose one. So choose a grizzly one, and
Yep.
then a brown one.
Yep. Got it.
Awesome. Yep. We're gonna layer them just like we did before. We'll put each other, and then we're going to strip the bottom. So kind of like you pulled off the feathers or the fibers for the tail, you know, holding.
I see. Okay. I see.
You have some nails. Use your nails to help give you some grip. Just to expose the stem, and you don't have to don't save those little pieces that you're pulling off. Just put them.
Hold on a second. I may need another red feather.
We'll we'll I think we have to switch accounts. I think Bree said if we're gonna restart.
Oh, we do? Okay.
I think so. She said if we go over, just be sure to switch the account that hosts. So I think it'll be you.
Oh, so I need to. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yep. I can do that.
That's no biggie. So let's try and get this step through, and then we can finish it up on your account.
Okay. Sounds good. How much of them do I have to? Let me. Okay. Why don't you?
Maybe yeah, that's actually great. That's great. That's perfect. So see how you have the fuzzies.
Uh huh.
Want to get into the thin, so get rid of all the fuzzies.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Can I see the other part of your feather, the top part?
Top part.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. So do you have gray? See how you have gray on your brown one?
Uh huh.
Try and slide your brown down. Get rid of the gray. Does that make
Cool.
sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We want brown and grizzly to show up. That's it.
Oh, got it.
Cool. So now we're gonna take this, and so that third portion that you have left, right there,
Yep.
we're gonna take. That's how much you want of these exposed stem.
Huh.
So that's what I use as a measurement.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome. All right. So without letting your so see how my stems are sticking out past the eye right there.
Mhm.
You don't want that.
Okay.
The tips of your stems to be within the body, right? Within the shape of the if you've passed the shank to eye boundary, it's
Mhm.
so stay in the shank.
Got it. Okay.
And with that, you're going to just bind them down.
Huh.
You're going to cover all of that shank back, and then
Cool.
end with your thread at the right behind the eye of the hook.
Yep. I think I got it.
That looks good. Cool.
Cool.
Now we're gonna do the wings. Got 4 minutes, but this shouldn't take that long. Uh,
Okay. So.
gonna wrap away from you. Okay, watch me first.
Uh-huh.
This one, and then you give it a try. Okay. So you're gonna take both of these feathers together,
Hmm.
hold them both. And you're gonna wrap away from you.
Wrap away from me. Okay.
Okay, and that's gonna make the fibers.
I see. Yep. I see what's happening.
And so you can use your left hand to brush the fibers back so that they don't get trapped.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And so this is how you're going to come around. Okay, and watch me all the way through. Okay, I'm actually transferring. So as you go around, so your thread is hanging right there, you're not going to be able to go through with only with your right hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're going to have to transfer. Are you able to see that transfer happening
Yep.
of my hands? So
Yep.
put it to my left hand and then transfer to your right as you go over the hook.
Uh,
Go under, right as you go over.
okay.
At the end, okay, I'm holding my feathers just like at a 45, right up away from the shank. Can you see that?
Yep.
Cool. So now I'm gonna bring my thread over and see that V right there, that pivot point, right? That contact
Mm-hmm.
right there
Yep.
between the wing and now the excess, right? The tag feathers. That's where you're gonna put your thread right over them, and you're gonna go over about 3 or 4 times. And see how that what that does is it traps them, right? It traps this feather.
Right.
Crucial that you hold them at like a 45,
Uh,
so that your thread can go over it.
gotcha.
So you go ahead and try to get to this point. I'm gonna come watch you and guide you through it. But I
Okay.
just see that full process happen.
Actually, should we start the new thing, the new live
Yeah, go ahead.
before we started?
Oh yeah, 220. Yeah, 29. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Cool,
great.
cool, cool, cool. All
So
right.
yeah, we're gonna move over, guys. So we're gonna move over to Daniel's account.
All righty.
Cool. All right. I'll end this.
All right. Ew. Just waiting for Margot. There he is. Okay, do I just tap on, okay. Shoot, did I just do that?
Cool.
Yo,
Yo,
we back again. Alright, so,
I'll flip it.
can you
There we go.
see my, are you looking at my screen right now?
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah.
So do I go this way or do I go the other way?
Grab both of the feathers,
Right.
and you're gonna go away from you.
I'm away from you. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yep. Now grab it underneath.
Yep.
Yes. Now transfer your hand. Left hand. Your feather should be in your right hand as you go over, and your left hand as you go under.
Right. Okay.
What you were doing, yeah, that's fine too.
Got
Just
it.
the transfer is the most important part.
Okay. Transfer. Okay.
Yep, and just making that progress forward. And once you get to right behind the eye, go ahead and hold your feathers at a 45 up.
Uh-huh.
Oh, forget
Okay.
that.
Yep.
Got both of them. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. Go ahead and hold them at a 45 away up. Right there. Fine. You don't want to. So if you go too many wraps to the eye, it gets crowded. You can crowd the eye. So you want less wraps.
Nice.
If because you need space to be able to tie it off to make the head. I
Gotcha. Okay.
think you're too close right now.
So maybe go back a bit.
Yeah, go ahead and unwrap 1 or 2 times if you think that it's too many.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like just enough for like 2 or 3 thread wraps.
Okay. I think this is feeling pretty good. So 45 degrees, yeah?
Yep. Now hold it, yep, and flop it over right where that, yep, right in that junction right there. Yes. Go ahead and get more thread out from your bobbin by pulling. Yes. There you go. Nice job.
2,
3.
3.
Yep. Now pull down, tug down on that thread.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Just tug down on your thread. Here, I'll come around. Just grab your thread, your bobbin here, and pull down. Creates tension and snugs up those hackles.
I see. Yep.
Yep. Nice. Awesome. So before we do anything, so a lot of people will cut off their hackles there.
Uh-huh.
My opinion, that's a bad move.
Okay.
The thing is that you're liable to have your hackles slip through and unwind. So we want to secure this baby down before we do anything else.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab a pen, okay? Yeah, pen.
A pen?
A pen, yeah.
What kind of pen are you talking?
Just here, I'm coming around. So just
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got that pen.
yeah. So this pen, if you have it on, you have it with you.
Yep.
Oh, cool. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you. It's called a half hitch. Um, and so you're gonna put right. You're gonna hold. Oh shoot. You. Uh, so you want tension
Hmm.
on it the whole time. If you loosen up at all, it's gonna unwind your hackle. Your feathers are gonna flare out. They're gonna come undone. So you wanna have tension the whole time. Okay. You're gonna put your thread on top of put your pen on top of your thread
Huh.
and wrap, make a thread wrap around that head of the pen.
Okay.
Your your wrap is on the side of the right on the side of the hook, right? Not trying to go. See how that's crossing over?
Yeah.
Don't want to cross over. You just want to stay on that back side. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm going to show you what that process looks like.
Yeah. I'm just gonna see how you do it first. Yep.
See it right there, okay?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to go like this, and I'm gonna come through, and I'm going to pull so I put the tip of the pen on the hook eye.
I see. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna wrap the thread like that, or because it's a skinny, or it's a slick pen, and then you pull the thread off, you
I see.
know,
Uh-huh.
right? And if you have see this head of the pen is really thick. It's just what I had on the table, so I just grabbed it. But if you have a thinner head, like like just a one, like a Bic pen. Do you have a Bic pen?
I have a big pan.
Yeah, if you have that, that's actually probably a better one to use, honestly.
Okay. All right. So, all right.
Yeah, like I have this one. It's a little thinner. See, the head is a little smaller,
Yep.
but you won't be able to. It's harder to see the thread probably,
Uh-huh.
and so I wanted to show you on the silver one, so you could see the dark thread a little better.
Okay. Can you? Okay. All right.
Let's see. Yep.
You see that? You see that?
Try do it again, just so I can see your process. Cause your screen's a little grainy, so I
Oh,
just
oh, dang it. Okay.
yeah,
Uh,
it's up. I just need to watch you do it.
so
Yep, on top.
on
Yes.
top, and
Yep.
then just wrap around it, right?
Wrap around. Yep.
Huh?
Now put the tip of the pen on the hook eye and pull your thread off. Yes. Yes.
How
Nice
many
job.
times do we do this?
Do it like 4 or 5 times.
4 or 5 times? Okay. Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. Nice job, man.
Dude. Wow. Who comes up with this? Holy crap.
It's a hundred flight, like the making of an artificial fly, has been documented for almost 2,000 years.
Good grief, man. That's insane.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
All right, I'm going to do it one more time. Then call it a done.
But my family's cheering you on back here. So
Thank you. Thanks, guys. All right.
Keon is in his high chair in his diaper. That's all he got on. He's got a little mallet that he's playing with right now. It's like heavy, so he likes playing with it.
Amazing.
It's a little rubber one, and I don't I want to give him a metal one. But yeah, they're just hanging out and enjoying the show.
Nice.
So, you think you're good to go and secure?
Good to go and secure, man.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and cut off. So actually, before you do this, go and pull down.
Uh,
Pull down on your. So I need to do this real quick. I need to put a few more in there. Those. Actually, here before we move on, I'll show you another trick. It
Hmm.
can do double. See, I went around twice.
Right, yeah.
You can do a double one.
Oh,
Just a little stronger, a little bulkier. But let's go ahead and cut off these feathers. And the way you can do it is you hold your scissors just open enough to cut any other like other fibers or anything like that.
oh, I think you cut off a little bit. So you said with the scissors.
Yep, open the scissors.
Uh,
So the let me put the feathers back on there a little bit to show you the process. Kind of put your scissors like that, and then just close them just slightly. Just close a tiny bit just to cut those two feathers instead of you don't want to cut all of the all these pretty ones off.
for sure.
Work too hard to put those on there.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Open it up. Okay.
Cool. So that
Alrighty.
all right. So last step, do you have any glue or like for fly tying, specialized fly tying glue?
Dude, I don't think so. No.
Worry about it then. That's your fly is secure. What I do, but I'm gonna show you just for your future, right? As you progress as a fly tyer, you'll likely get some kind of it's either called fly tying cement, head cement, fly tying glue, and there's all kinds of different kinds of glue. I use the resin glue because it hardens when I zap it with UV light. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put some glue on the thread.
Bree says or nail polish, huh?
Yeah, sure. Um, as long as it'll harden. Yeah, I like it this because it's quick. So I'm gonna do one of those half hitches, but I use my hand.
Hmm. Very nice.
So I just zap it with this light, and it hardens instantaneously. So that way it adds durability to your fly, and it won't those knots won't come off. Now the last so you can go ahead and cut off your thread.
It actually just fell off. I might have accidentally
Pulled.
no, I guess with my scissors, did I cut it accidentally? I don't know.
Cut it, yeah, while you were cutting your feathers.
Yeah.
So another security, right, to why we do those half hitches before anything else.
Right.
No? Because it just gives you that extra reassurance. So because now your hackles didn't come undone.
Mhm.
Right. So it's just little things that, it's not magic, it's just preparing yourself,
Right.
for the
I
uh,
get it. Huh.
so see how you have or I have some feathers kind of sticking out backwards.
Yeah.
So to make it pretty, this is a beauty tip. Is, I can come in and put my scissors flat, right? Flat to the big no for those dry fly tires out there that are dry or die, you know, people, fly tying competitors and everything. We're not doing that. So those off. Just have your scissors flush. Yeah, I got rid of it. Yeah, now all my hackles are aligned.
Are you seeing how I'm doing right now?
Yep. So, yeah. Watching. Yeah. So if you put your scissors flat
Flat. Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh.
and line up what you want, then you can just cut kind of all the way around. Just
Yep. I see. Yep. Okay.
and it'll make you know more of a difference as you uh just as you grow as a tire and stuff. For this first one, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But is this your smallest fly, right? You said you've tied.
Smallest one, yeah. I've tied like a leech before in a
Oh,
wool.
cool, awesome.
This is the smallest one. Wow, man, this is insane.
So I'll show you. So this is a fisherman's tip. Okay. And this is what I like doing to mine. You know, a lot of people will fish them just like this, and there's no problem with that. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't catch fish, right? Like with a fly just like that. What I like to do though, so that it lower in the water film, right in the surface film, is I actually will take my scissors flat and those hackles off of the bottom.
Oh, okay.
It makes up right. It makes it ride flat.
I see. Okay.
See that?
Yep.
Like a half moon, half circle.
Half circle, yeah.
So you put your scissors just flat on the bottom, and yep, there you go.
Cool.
What that does is it also clears up your hook gap of materials, right? So that you get a better hook set,
Makes sense. Yep.
right? I mean, with as a material as soft as hackle, it might not make that big of a difference. I mean, you have a good solid hook set,
Mm-hmm.
it it won't make a difference, right? That hook is still going to go into that fish's mouth
Right.
regardless. But on other flies and stuff, it can actually be a game changer to open up that hook gap a little bit. Um, but yeah, for this adjustment is more of a to change the way it fishes, right, and the way it floats in the water. It's going to float a little lower, which helps with pickier fish typically, in higher waters, which you're definitely fishing in New Jersey and New York and um, in Connecticut and stuff like that. So,
Gotcha.
well, awesome. Nice job.
Thanks, man. I tried. That was a lot
I'm going to zoom out so that,
a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
right? I'm going to flip this. You can see you can see
How long you been tying flies for again?
me. I've been tying since 2020. Been tying since my sophomore year of high school.
Sophomore year of high school. Okay.
I was 15, so almost 6 years. Tying for 6 years. Um, yeah, it's been fun. Fun ride, and I don't know, it just adds a whole nother dimension to fly fishing. It makes it opens up it really opens up fly fishing to me. Without fly fishing without fly tying, there is a limitation. There is a wall there, that you can hit. Now it may take your entire life to hit that wall, right, and to find it. But to be able to tie flies and oh, cool. Bree said that they're gonna share the recording, the tutorial this week. Cool, awesome, thank you.
Wow.
That's a yeah. Hopefully, this can help somebody else too. Um, but
Yeah, I had a little rough start in the beginning, but managed to make this. Yeah, I'm realizing my tail is like a little shorter than I like it to be, but I don't know if you can see it really, but
that's okay. That looks great, dude.
yeah,
Uh,
and I tried. It's
I,
easy, but practice makes it better, right?
that's right. That is right. I I
But
like I like tails. That's just a personal preference. Even on my nymphs, I
uh-huh.
a lot short. Not a lot, but I tie shorter tails, I think, than a lot of people do, and I don't know. I just like it that way. Yeah. Do any questions kind of after going through the process and everything and
Man.
thoughts?
Uh, um, yeah, I'm noticing how like I guess I just need to practice more how that overlapping thing with the feathers, right? Like I'm noticing how the what do you call those again? Like
Fiber,
say what again?
the fibers, the
Yeah,
like,
feathers are kind of like leaning like
yeah.
toward the eye a little bit.
Okay.
So I guess I just need to like
So part of that is not your fault.
okay.
The curvature of the feather. Well, I should say it's not your technique. It is your fault, but it's not your technique. It's your choice, right? Choice of feather.
Uh-huh.
So see this feather when I hold it sideways,
Uh-huh.
just naturally curved.
Yep.
So those naturally curved, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, right.
Around the hook, there's a higher chance that those are going to cup, right? One way or the other. Um,
I
so
see.
yeah, that just has to do with the feather. That's why. So actually, I'm glad you brought up the feathers because I wanted to show you. So for all those out there to looking for good, the best value as a beginning dry fly tire, and one like me, I tie probably only a handful of dries a year, literally. So it's not worth it for me to spend $100 on a premium cape, on something like this. I've been using these for 6 years. These, so I got them for free from some of my mentors in Michigan that um, knew me when I was literally in my first year of fly fishing, and they sent me a whole box of materials that they weren't using anymore, and that was part of it. And I've been using them ever since. So, and now I'm kind of getting through them. So with these, you get actually here you can see it better in this one. So see how you have a bunch of different sizes of feathers,
Yep.
really ones, really wide ones up top. Remember I was talking about the width and the length, right? So the width is what matters with size matching for a dry fly, right? Length matters for us as tires for to have something to hold on to, right? The longer the feather is, the more comfortable it is to kind of go around, right? If it's too short, flip and it's going to get all messy and frustrating, right?
Right.
The longer the feather is, the more comfortable it is for us as tires, but that won't change what it looks like on the hook, right? What's going to change what it looks like is the width. So look at a feather, look at a feather like that,
Uh,
very wide, versus a feather like this, right? Very.
yep. Uh,
So see how the width changes, right?
yep.
See how small. Oh, I don't know if you can. Is that a focus-ish?
I can kind of see it, but yeah,
But
yeah.
when you know what I'm talking about, right? When you splay that open, I showed it when I was in focus here on the vise. You get the length of those. Actually, see, there's a whole patch missing right there, right?
I
Because
see.
all about the same size, right? So that's because I've tied primarily that size, or overwhelmingly, it's a disproportionate selection, you can call it, right? Um, of feathers.
Mm.
So that's why that patch is missing, is because they were all the same size, and that's how these capes work. Um, and so yeah, it just gets really, like you were saying, right? You're indecisive. So someone like you, which I was in the beginning, I like to have options now, but that's because I know what I'm looking for. I'm very picky, right? But in the beginning, you don't know what that is. You don't know what picky is. You don't know what. So you
Right.
have to work with and that's where these whiting 100 packs are awesome. They're premium. See how long they are?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Skinny. Yeah.
with. See how thin. Oh shoot, I dropped it. But see how thin that is.
Yeah.
They're sized. This is a size 14 pack, so they're all sized already standard
Uh,
book size. So you can buy them already ready to go, and they're only $20. For you know for premium already selected, like that's great deal. Is So yeah, I'm all about these. Um, just as someone that ties only just a few a year, these are great to have around. To purchase. You know, $20 is a lot nicer than you know
yeah.
50 to 100. Um, so, and I think we're probably only 40, but again, you're working with a lot shorter feathers, and you really don't like. I don't think I could get a hundred size 14s out of this cape, right? I might be maybe maybe four, maybe 30, you know, or something like at best. Not even though, not with identical feathers. So nice for variation, the different sizes and stuff, but Um, I don't know. I'm not. That's not where I'm at. And as a beginner, I totally recommend those 100 packs.
I'll have to look into those, man. Yeah.
I can send you a link.
Please do. Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, man. This actually kind of reminded me, this whole process. Kind of reminded me of Woolly Burger. Because you're also like doing that rope wrapping around the hook with the fiber, right? It's just this was just a lot smaller. So
Against
yeah.
of hackle versus a woolly bugger is spacing the hackle. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. And then these, just to add to what you said, these are two different kinds of hackle feathers,
And
right?
that yeah.
Or dry flies, whereas the hackle for a woolly bugger is schloppen, right? Typically, which is a wider, webbier. This is a type of schloppen
Mm.
here. This is, you're getting into more schloppeny hackle, right? It's bigger,
Yep.
wider,
Yep.
right? Schloppeny
Yep.
ish. Actually, see, this one's webby. That's what I see how it's dense all
Oh
the
yeah.
way,
Yep.
clear. Right? That's web. I call it webbiness. That
Webbiness.
they have more movement. When you start tying streamers and use them for tails, like on deceivers and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a whole nother world of every style of tying has its own set of materials and techniques, and yeah, there's just so much.
Dude, I have so much to learn, man.
It's our the people's. It's literally a lifetime of learning and more. You'll never hit it. None of us will ever learn everything about this sport, which is awesome. It's the cool thing about it.
Awesome. Amazing. Dude, well, thanks again for taking me through and being patient with me, man. That was that was rough in the start, but hey, we made it.
But hey, you excelled through fly like no other. It was awesome. I'm gonna have to let you go. I think we're gonna put Keone to sleep. So
Okay.
we should do this again sometime. If you learn to
Definitely.
fly or something, I'd be happy to do it again and re-advertise or whatever to get some people to watch. If if people wanna learn some other stuff too. So
For sure, man. Yeah, dude. Thanks again, man.
hey, no problem. All right, take it easy.
All right, you take it easy too. We'll talk again later.
All right, peace.